That is a beautiful 629 44 Magnum Smith and Wesson. I am a revolver guy. I love revolvers, but one of my favorite revolvers is definitely the Smith and Wesson Model 29 or 629 in stainless. I got my Dirty Harry Classic right here, my Model 29. This one's got the 8 3/8 barrel, even though in the movie he had the 6.5. I have that one tucked away in a safe somewhere. You bet I have one of those. I just couldn't put my hand on it, so I brought out my other one. It's just to show you in contrast what the finishes look like. This one's a nice high polished stainless steel talo edition, 3-inch barrel, 44 Magnum, and that's the Model 29, all blued, wood grips, all of its glory, vintage. Just love it, man. It is a sexy gun. So anyway, another thing I want to talk about in this video is there was a video that I did when I first had this gun. I was shooting some 44 specials, and the grips on it, make sure it's safe, the grips on this side had been protruding out a little bit. It had a little bit too much material, and what that caused was a pretty bad nasty blister to start in on my the webbing of my hand, and eventually rubbed and broke open and bled a little bit. But you know, I talked about that in the video, and I talked about the mod and all that and doing all that stuff, and there was a lot of criticism on it. I love criticism, man. Either way, so what I did was I lightly filed off a little bit of that edge and then recoated it with some varnish. You could barely tell. You know what? In fact, if I didn't even tell you I did that, you wouldn't even notice it. Now, I know some people say, oh, you're hurting the value, and yes and no. You know, some of these older Smiths, you know, the older, especially those old Coke bottle grips. Some of you true collectors know what that means, that the old Smith and Wesson Coke bottle grips, where they kind of swelled out a little bit. The reason they got that name was when you looked at them from a straight on profile, kind of looked like a Coca-Cola bottle. Anyway, a lot of people that toss those out and trade them in for rubber grips and whatnot, they regret it because they're very expensive. Even reproduction ones now go for a couple $100 a pop. It's ridiculous. Anyway, these ones, you know, they're modern. It's a modern gun. It's got the ugly key lock that we don't like, and you know, it's a frame mounted firing pin, not the hammer mounted firing pin like the old vintage Smith and Wessons. Anyway, well, I got a range full of water bottles, bowling pins, and we need to blow some stuff up. So, well, why not? We got some 44 Magnum here. This is some CCI Blazer. Let's go ahead and start off with the Magnums, like the heavy Magnums here. Look at that, jacketed hollow point, open lead right there. CCI Blazer Magnums right here. Let's go ahead and load up some of these. This will set your wrist back, won't it? In a 3-inch gun. Here we go. Okay, got them all loaded up right there. Let's start off on that big green jug, the full Powerhouse 44 Magnum right here. Yeah, one-handed, huh? Sure pop the hole in that baby right there. .44 Magnum right there. Pop those out. Actually, these are non-reloadable. I'm just gonna throw them in my box down here. So that gives you an idea what a 44 Magnum will do. While we're shooting hot Magnums, let's blow some stuff up here. Again, these are the CCI non-reloadable, so they just kind of aluminum casings. Okay, let's see. Let's take out that big one right on top of that blue container right there. Let's take him out. Oh, let's turn that sideways. Here we go. Take out that little one. Let's send a bowling pin flying, huh? Oh, missed it. There we go. Spun him around. We fire 5 or did we fire 6? All this excitement, I kind of lost track myself, huh? That's all 6. Well, there you go. That's a full house Magnum. I still got my hand, I still got my wrist, everything. Like I said, it was just that edge. You know, it's a handful to shoot. You know, if you think about it, it's a 3-inch gun, you know, full on 44 Magnums. It's a beast to hold on to, you know. It's without a doubt, you know. Sometimes guys will shoot this single action mode because it is easier to control. Yeah, when you shoot it with in double action mode, it's a lot more of a handful to hold on to. I tell you, you know, let's shoot that green thing right there and just see. You know, that's double action 44 Magnum right there. You know, 3-inch barrel. So, show you the difference here. I got some, oh look, I got some speed loaders. I got some, these are 44 special. And these will just be, this will be like kids play compared to those Magnums. All right, here we go. Let's try that water jug and just show you kind of what it does. It's like a 45 ACP, really. Let me get that bowling pin. Let's try that water bottle right there on that black. Oh, did I miss it? Did I miss it? Ah. Tell you, just revolvers, you get to shooting them, you have way too much fun. Throw some more of these specials in there. Alright. Alright, you rascal. Okay. Wow. I think we kind of blew the hell out of the range and tore everything up with some Magnums, I tell you. Let's go down and do some damage assessment here just for fun. But anyway, there you go. You know, it's a handful, don't get me wrong. It's quite a handful to shoot one of these 3-inchers, 44 Magnum, you know, full house loads. And I mean, still tight, locked up great. This is a beastly gun. I mean, a beast of a gun, I tell you. You know, and shooting a double action, you know, try that with a 44 Magnum, you know, revolver, especially one with a 3-inch barrel. Try shoot it double action and try to shoot it fast and see if you can get, you know, catch a target on me. I mean, it's rolling around, I'm trying to shoot it and get it and everything like that. It's quite a handful, and especially when you shoot it like that, double action versus single action mode, it's a lot more brutal. But, you know, I mean, it's nothing anybody can't handle. But, you know, I'll tell you this from my experience. I know they make a lot of other these revolvers, like a 50 caliber. You know, it's like for blowing buildings down or something. You know, 44 Magnum, unless I'm in bear country, but even some argue that the 44 Magnum will put a bear down. But it's about as minimum, I think, as you want. But it's quite a handful. You know, it's not a slouch of a round for sure. You can see it pretty much blew this thing right open. See that? Blew the entire back out. It got some all over the place because it was just getting shot up as it dumped over. You got some of these right here. Yeah, this one caught up, tore it right open. Magnum Force style. Yeah, bowling pins, man. That one took a real... Yeah, this one got hit hard, man. It spun this one right around. It's been shot up a good amount. But, well, we pretty much destroyed the range here. Oh, we got something in there. Yep. That's interesting. There you go. Look at that. That's some of the jacket right there. Blew right open, huh? Where's the, yeah, caught it right there, I guess. Caught it there and kind of dumped its energy right in there. That's kind of interesting. It shows you the power of water. You know, entered right there, dumped all its energy inside. It still blew it out. And there it is, the jacket, you know. Just the jacket. Get that in focus there. So that's interesting. Well, anyway, Bad Jack JW, thanks for joining along, shooting a snubby Magnum for say, 44 Magnum. But yeah, taking a little bit off that grip, man, that was the world of everything right there, which just to make it shootable. Now some people say, well, why didn't you get rubber grips? Because I like the original wood grips and I wanted to keep it on that gun. I'm not going to go out and pay for other grips and put it on there. So anyway, that's just me. Bad Jack JW, signing off for now. I still got both my hands, my wrist didn't fly off, my hand didn't split apart, shooting Magnums, shoot a bunch of them, double action, fast, everything like that. What more can you ask? Signing off for now. Like, share, and subscribe. Join us next time on another video.